Most people mistake discipline for freedom. For Patrick Bateman, discipline is merely a flawless packaging for the void within. Every movement in his morning routine, the 1,000 crunches, the ice-cold water, the layers of lotions, serves no higher purpose. They are but a simulation of existence. Nietzsche's last man is precisely this: comfort perfected, pain eliminated, yet the soul entirely evaporated. When Bateman looks in the mirror, he does not see a human being. He sees polished software. The modern world demands this of you: a perfect exterior, a flawless profile, an impressive status. But wearing this mask every morning is not an act of will, it is a form of slavery. Nietzsche asks, are you ready to step over yourself to climb higher? Bateman was not. He ran faster just to stand still. His discipline was not a construction, it was a concealment. A true architect trains the body and mind not for a storefront to show society, but as a machine to build their own empire. Because if only a void remains when the mask falls, all those routines were just decorating a corpse. Ask yourself, is your routine taking you somewhere, or is it just covering the emptiness of where you stay? In the world of Patrick Bateman, reality is not lived, it is printed on £80 stock paper with Cillian rail lettering. The iconic business card scene is not about professional success. It is an autopsy of the ego. Nietzsche identified this as ressentiment, the bitter resentment of the weak toward those who possess what they lack. When Bateman sees a slightly better font, a subtler off-white, he doesn't feel professional envy, he feels a threat to his very existence. This is the tragedy of the modern slave: your worth is dictated by the thinness of your card and the brand of your suit. You are competing in a game where the rules are written by the system you serve. You spend your life decorating your cage, hoping the gold plating makes you a master. But the architect knows a different truth. Real power doesn't need a watermark. While the masses exhaust their souls in a desperate race for visible status, the grey man moves in the shadows. He builds systems that don't require his name to function. If your identity depends on the recognition of others, you are not a leader, you are a hostage. True superiority is not being better than Paul Allen. It is being invisible to him while owning the platform he stands on. Stop printing cards. Start coding empires. A table at Dorsia on a Friday night. To the uninitiated, it's a reservation. To the last man, it is salvation. Patrick Bateman's desperate need for a seat he cannot have is the ultimate symptom of a hollow existence. He doesn't want the food, he wants the validation of being din. He is a prisoner of the external gaze. Nietzsche warned us about this: when you stare too long into the crowd begins to stare back into you, dictating your desires and your worth. Today, Dorsia isn't a restaurant. It's a blue checkmark, a like count, a viral moment. It is the digital heroine of the masses. The modern world is a 24/7 pursuit of a reservation you will never truly enjoy. You are chasing ghosts in a machine designed to keep you hungry. The architect, however, does not seek a seat at someone else's table. He builds his own dining room in the shadows. While the world begs for entry, the grey man remains indifferent. He knows that true autonomy is found not in being accepted by the system, but in being completely independent of its rewards. Hunger for approval is a weakness. Hunger for creation is a weapon. Are you dining at Dorsia, or are you the one who owns the building? Patrick Bateman has a confession: there is an idea of a Patrick Bateman, some kind of abstraction, but there is no real me. He is a mask without a face. But where Bateman found despair in his anonymity, the architect finds ultimate leverage. This is the essence of the grey man theory. In a world obsessed with being seen, the most dangerous individual is the one who is invisible. Nietzsche spoke of the mask as a necessity for the profound spirit. To be exposed is to be vulnerable. To be public is to be owned. When you broadcast your life, you give the world handles to pull you. You become predictable. You become a target. The modern slave is loud. He wants you to see his success, his face, his location. He leaves a trail of digital breadcrumbs for the system to follow. But the grey man leaves no trace. He operates in the blind spots of the algorithm. He builds his empire, Hyperborea, while the world sleeps, hidden behind a facade of ordinary existence. A mask is not a lie, it is a shield. It allows you to strike without being struck back. It allows you to disappear while your systems continue to dominate. Bateman's mistake was wanting to be part of it. The architect's strength is being completely apart from it. The mask is not hiding a void. It is hiding a weapon. Why does Patrick Bateman hate Paul Allen? It's not because Allen is a monster, it's because Allen is a slightly more successful version of the same void. He is the mirror that reflects Bateman's own mediocrity. In the Nietzschean sense, this is the war of the higher man against the herd. Most people don't want to be great, they just want to be slightly better than the person in the next cubicle. They are trapped in a horizontal competition, fighting for the same scraps, the same fonts, the same shallow accolades. The Paul Allen equation is a trap. If you are competing with your peers, you are already one of them. You are accepting their metrics, their values, and their limitations. You are a slave fighting another slave for a better position in the gallery. The architect does not compete, he eliminates the need for competition. He doesn't want a better business card than Paul Allen. He wants to own the company that prints the cards, while Allen doesn't even know his name. True superiority is vertical. It is moving to a plane of existence where the opinions and successes of the herd are no longer relevant. Paul Allen had to die because he represented the limit of Bateman's world. To become the Übermensch, you must first kill the desire to be better than others. You must become something they cannot even categorize. Don't win the game. Deconstruct it. Patrick Bateman screams his crimes into the void, yet the world continues to sip its drinks and discuss reservations. His confession means nothing. Why? Because in a society of spectacles, noise is just another form of silence. Nietzsche understood that the great events, they are not our loudest but our stillest hours. The loudest person in the room is often the most desperate for existence. They scream their plans, their wealth, and their sins because, without an audience, they cease to exist. They are echoes looking for a wall. The modern digital world is a collective scream. Everyone is confessing, everyone is broadcasting, and therefore, no one is being heard. Information is infinite, but meaning is zero. The architect does not confess. He does not announce his moves. He understands that every word spoken to the public is a leak of energy, a breach in the hull of his empire. While the masses exhaust themselves by being heard, the grey man achieves dominance through the silence of his systems. His Python scripts don't have a voice. His automated channels, Hyperborea, don't have a face. They simply execute. If you feel the need to tell the world what you are doing, you are still a prisoner of their recognition. The ultimate power is to be the cause of an effect that no one can trace back to you. Don't seek to be understood. Seek to be effective. The world doesn't need your confession. It needs to feel your impact. Patrick Bateman is not a villain, he is a failure. He mastered the aesthetics of the elite but failed to grasp the essence of power. He could destroy, he could consume, but he could never create. He is a masterpiece of a system that is designed to eat its own. Nietzsche's Übermensch is not a man of chaos, but a man of order, his own order. To transcend the herd, it is not enough to kill the Paul Allens of the world. You must build a world that makes them obsolete. Destruction is easy. Any slave can burn a building. But only an architect can design a structure that stands the test of time while remaining invisible to the naked eye. The ultimate rebellion against a decaying society is not madness, it is absolute, calculated autonomy. While Bateman loses his mind in the Hall of Mirrors, the architect builds his empire, Hyperborea, through the precision of code and the discipline of silence. He does not seek to destroy the system from within, he builds a parallel reality where the system's rules no longer apply. Financial freedom, geographical liberation, and digital anonymity are not just goals. They are the bricks of a new fortress. The mask is now off, but there is no void. There is a blueprint. The age of the psycho is over. The era of the architect has begun. Build. Automate. Vanish.